world, I'm Rich, and it's Rich's World Beer Tour. I feel like Geraldo Rivera down in Al Capone's vault, but I'm going to have a little more fun. Bourbon County 2013 Coffee Stout. I haven't had this in a couple years. Anyways, hey, I've had a bunch of questions about the Cellar. I've pulled some beers out of the cellar and enjoyed them. Here's my cellar. I'm underneath my stairs. There is nothing too fancy about the cellar. As you can see, I've got a bunch of, I don't know if I can back up here. I'm literally underneath the stairs. I've got a bunch of different cases, some for 12-ounce bottles, some for big bottles. God, this smells good. Sorry, just got to dive in here quick. Oh, Bourbon County, how I love you. When I get a beer, or I know I'm going to be getting a good bottle of beer, I'll usually buy 2 or 3, sometimes even more. Stuff that I know ages well. Here's what I've got. And this is some of it. There's a few more boxes behind me. I needed to create some room. What I've done is just created an area. It only stays around 65 degrees here year-round. My basement's pretty consistent. I've got all the boxes completely sealed. I've got them vertical. The one thing, darkness. The one thing you don't want to do is lay down bottles. You get oxidation with the cap. You don't want fluctuating temperatures. If you've got a closet up on your 3rd floor that in the winter's cool and in the summer's warm, those bottles are going to breathe. That oxygen's going to get in and out of that bottle cap, even a small amount, and you're going to get oxidation of the beer. It is not good. Some place that's consistent temperature year-round. Also, keep the boxes sealed. Keep that light out. Light is the enemy of beer. We all know that. You don't need some fancy brick cellared part of your basement. You don't need something at 40 degrees. Although I would admit, I think a little bit cooler is better. 65 on average is probably on the warm end of it, but this is the best I can do. It's consistent year-round. These bottles are not breathing. I've got my big bottles. I've got my little bottles. The only thing, I do have an Excel sheet that tracks what I've got, and I can up and down that, decrement and increment it as I bring on new bottles. The one thing I don't have is I need to label each box. I need to pull all this out because I've been adding, I've been taking out, I've been doing some trades, I've been sending some old stuff. I might have Surly Darkness of 1 year in one box and Surly in another and some other. I need to have a box of Surly. I need to have a box of my Lift Bridge barley wines from there. I need to have a bunch of the Black Butte, a box that I've got my Boulevard box. I need a partial box of only Boulevard. Some of them, if you're going to your liquor store, get some big, tall boxes. These Boulevards are great for the guys who are corked. If you're getting a smaller box, they just don't fit in there. They're popping up on the top and then you're smashing the cork. I think that gives it a chance to possibly let in oxygen. Get the big boxes. Most liquor stores are fine getting rid of good wine boxes. If you're buying a bunch of bombers, ask them to box it for you and point out a box that you want and then use that for your cellar. You don't need to start out this big. Put away 2 bottles and set them in the basement, and the next time you buy something fun, put another bottle away. I've got 300 bottles of beer, and this has taken over 3 some years at least to add to that. And some people send me some really nice beers to review, and I can't do them all at once. Some of them are good to cellar, so I'll set them aside. This is just how I do it, and people have been asking, how do you do your stuff? Get that light off it, get them vertical, put them away, forget about them. Seriously, if you could set some beers away just for a year and then buy that same bottle the next year, put some of the new year in there, pull out the old year, and try them together. And the next year put in, all of a sudden you got 3 years of that variety. bottles of that age well. Big stouts, barley wines, sours age well. High ABV beers age well. Please don't take any nice fresh India Pale Ales and set them aside. You're going to lose all that hop goodness right away. So some of those beers are great. I've got some home brews, some big stouts that I've waxed the top and put them back here. So we're looking to see how those will age. That's another fun thing. But just, if you get a chance to buy two of the same thing, throw one aside. If you find that it's an awesome beer, go buy one or two more. In a year, you know, I'm at the point where I don't think I have to buy beer now for a year. I could just drink what's in the cellar. Anyways, I'm getting really long-winded. People wanted to see what was in the cellar. Just wanted to give you a little show of what I do and how I do it. Nothing fancy by any means. If you get questions, drop a note below. If you got ideas for me on where I'm mixing it up, let me know. But consistency of light, consistency of temperature, consistency of packaging. Anyways, I'm going to sit down and sip this Bourbon County. It's been sitting in the cellar now for 2 years. God, is it mellow. Cheers, world.